Good evening Kenya, this is Kenya News Alerts. Karibuni ndani ya show mwafaka sana. Show ambayo tunafanya kitu inaitwa speaking, so general speaking, nisema nasi but in a general speaking kind of way. Sindio? So there have been a lot of happenings today. Mr. Deputy President amekuwa kule Meru nyumbani. I'm invite the Meru people to his place, okay, and wakaongea sana. And at the same time akumekuwa leo na bunge. Sawa, there are some remarks that I'm being told there kidogo, but before I talk about the remarks of Mr. Kimani Ichung'wah, let us go to my guest and then we speak to Felix.
Hello everyone, it's me again. It's a wonderful evening to be here with you again. Hope you are all good. Hope you are doing good. Kajioni kameingia, siku inaisha. Like the day ends very quickly, you know.
It is true. Mr. Felix.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. And this is Plains and Felix. Yes.
I'm sorry about that. Continue.
This is Plains and Felix. Felix, and I really welcome to you. I welcome you to our Semanasi show. Lewis, how was your break?
It was great. It was great. It was joyful. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Mine was good too. I have no complaint. I can't complain. Yeah. So Zulfa, you good?
I'm good.
How was your break?
It was actually, I'm gonna say good. It was good too. I was laughing a lot.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Since sisi wote naona kila mtu ako sawa.
Yeah, very.
Could we like tuongelee kama kidogo, nataka tugusia kidogo ile speech ya Mr. Kindiki, Kimani Ichung'wah and those people, and then we get to the parliament nini, if I will be allowed to do that. So Bwana Kimani Ichung'wah amepewa mwafaka aongee. Ameongea. Amesema kwamba Bwana Rigathi si Gitungati. Ameongea mambo fulani, and I'd like for Lewis to continue. He's a member of the
Kimani Ichung'wah alikuwa Meru?
Yeah.
Ile congregation ilikuwa Meru?
Yes.
Na amefika saa ngapi Parliament sijui saa hii?
Wako Karen.
Yeah, Karen.
Oh, ningeshtuka vibaya sana.
Anakuja na jet siku hizi.
Okay.
Ana bibi amefanya na jet akaenda hapo Parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah, sema.
So yeah, in his
as a member of Murima.
As a member of Murima, he has told us that we should support a Meru person because the Meru too, he has told the Meru that they too belong to the Murima. He was speaking in Q when he was encouraging the Meru that the Murima, the Kikuyu and the Meru are one. They all come from the Murima. He told them that we are all children of Kenya, you know. We should all be patriotic. We should all support the deputy president. And he told the Meru people that and Kwanza, one thing I loved is that the Meru people embraced the language, like so that is a great political way to show the Meru people that yeah, even if they are Kikuyus, he was Kikuyu, he and Meru were one. Okay, and he asked the Meru the Kikuyus to support, and that he said that because Gachagua has left, and he says that he speaks for the Murima. He said that Gachagua does not. These are the words. Those are the words of Kimani Ichung'wah. Gachagua does not speak for the mountain people.
Who does he speak for?
he speaks. He said it that he speaks for himself, because, as he has said, the Murima people include the Meru too,
The Mbere.
the Mbere, all those, the Embu, Awate. So you can't tell me that because he is not in government, saizi the Mbere people will not see changes.
So you agree with some of the things that I said?
Yeah, I agree. Because
actually kidogo nimemsikiza, and I agreed with some of the things, that this thing does not belong to anyone. It belongs to the Kenyan people. Yeah. And I think here in Kenya, News Alert, we are trying to do the same thing. We are trying to preach the same message. Hii kitu belong to Wakale. I belong to Agikuyu. I belong to Wakisi. Ina belong to the Kenyan people. So hata mtu akitoka hapa, akitoka Mijikenda community, akuja aseme I want this thing, anafaa pewe if they qualify to get this thing. So, and if they win, they should. So hapo I do agree.
So mmesema specifically mumeagree na yeye juu na nini?
Tumeagree. Mimi sisemi entirely. I'm not saying about him speaking about Gachagua. That one no. I'm saying just that one part. That one part ambayo amesema this thing does not belong to the mountain or to the Rift Valley people or to who it belongs. To even America could be. Sawa, because we are all Kenyans and we are all trying to do what?
To do good for the country.
Yeah. So that is the thing. Naye kidogo pale Mr. Kindiki kuna mahali ambapo mimi alikuwa anafanya niko like what? So kuna vitu ambavyo nataka zi get past. Si ndio? And then those things that you want to get past used to be like at those who are agreeing wale wa yeye.
Yeah.
And then the other ones our pain or any time. Sawa?
Amesema he was in parliament once.
So anaweza wazima.
He knows how to zima those. So unasemanga as many as the opinions say aye, unawacha wa aye waseme.
Contrary opinion.
As the many of the opinions say nay, the ayes have it.
The contrary opinion.
Yeah.
So sasa pale kidogo, si ndio? Na yes some ideas, but because sasa unajua tuna keep up na kitu ambacho kina happen wakati huu, si ndio? So we go listen to these MPs. Tujue MPs wanasemaje.
So mnataka kusuggest producer afanye nini?
Atupeleke parliament.
Parliament.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nataka before tuingie parliament, if possible to skize hiyo speech ya Kimani Ichung'wah. Ama
it's good no.
Yes.
Kuna mtu ambaye anaweza kuwa hajasikia hiyo speech. Anaweza kuwa tunaongelea kitu ambacho hajui nini amejoin tu sahi. So it is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aitwa Meru Muriaga. Mugeni kairi. Asante. Nimeshukuru, nimeomba dakika moja sababu sijachelewa kupenda. Nilikuwa na mkutano na ndugu zetu wale wa pande ile nyingine, Your Excellency. Ile kazi mlitupea na rais jana na tumemaliza. Na sababu lazima nikimbie kuanzisha bunge ili ningoje hawa wabunge, nikaomba dakika moja tu niwasalimie ili nikimbie bungeni. Na nashukuru kwa kuja kwenyu. Na vile Your Excellency amesema, mimi kazi yangu ni kuhakikisha yale mambo yote ambayo mnakubaliana hapa yakifika bunge yanapita bila kuwekwa koma ama full stop. Vile mtapitisha siku ya bunge, mimi nitakusanya hawa bunge wenyu wote. Na nashukuru Your Excellency sababu hawa viongozi wa Meru, wabunge wote wa vyama zote wale wako hapa ni watu wangwana. Na hawa ni wangwana sababu ikifika kazi ya serikali na kazi ya watu ya Meru huwa hawasitasiti. Wakati tuliongea mambo ya miraa, Your Excellency, unakumbuka hawa wabunge wamekuwa mstari wa mbele kupigania mambo ya miraa. Only last night, Your Excellency, I was watching on national TV that the price of high grade miraa, mimi sijui hiyo high grade ni gani, lakini niliyosikia kuna high grade. Bei sasa inaitwa grade 1. Sasa imepanda bei kutoka 700 to I think 1300 a kilo. Sasa nikasema sio ndio mambo tulisema pesa mfukoni ya miraa. Wakulima wa kahawa yenye 2 years ago, Your Excellency, that was at 60 shillings a kg. Now it is between 101 and 111 for some grades of coffee. Na tushukuru sababu chairman wetu wa agriculture ni mmoja wenyu, huyu Dr. Mutunga ndiye anatupangia mambo ya ukulima pale bungeni na nasaidiana na rais kwa mambo ya ukulima. And I want to assure you, sisi kwa bunge yale yote mtasema, as I said, tutapitisha, hatutaweka koma, na hata mahali iko full stop tutatoa full stop ili iweze kuwa inaweza endelea. Unajua ukiweka full stop inakuambia hapo, lakini ukiacha hivyo unaweza ongezea. Ukisikia hiyo ni barabara mheshimiwa anasema ifike Mitunguu, ukisikia ifike Mitunguu isiwekwe full stop, iendelee kidogo, si ndio? La pili, Your Excellency, ni kushukuru because vile unafanya ni vizuri. Niwaambie hivi ndivyo tulikuwa tumekubaliana wakati tuliomba kura, that we went round the entire country tukafanya county economic forums, na mnakumbuka hata Meru tulikuja, si mnakumbuka? And when we did, tukakubaliana the deputy president akichaguliwa, who was then the deputy president, kazi yake ya kwanza itakuwa ni kustabilize the economy, and the deputy president atarudi to the economic charters to make sure that all economic charters county by county are implemented. Unfortunately, Your Excellency, we lost 2 years. For 2 years, county ya Meru hamukuitwa hapa Karen ama mkaitwa anywhere else, lakini si leo mmefika. So Waswahili wanasema afadhali uchelewe kuliko kutofika. Si mmefika leo? Na kufika kwenyu sio mambo ya siasa, ni mambo ya review of those economic charters, so that we look at the priorities that we set with you in the Meru economic charter. Mahali tumepita tuseme hii imefanyika, mahali haijafanyika tunasema haijafanyika. Mimi niliambiwa na deputy president na president niwe nikija hii mikutano ili ile mnakubaliana ikiwekwa pamoja, ile inafaa kufanywa bunge tufanye, na tutafanya na hao wabunge. Ile naibu wa rais naye anafaa kufanya, na yeye na rais wafanye, si ndio? Yes. Mambo ya barabara najua kuna nyingi zimekwama, na rais ametuambia this year ndio mwaka ya barabara ya kufungua zile mabarabara zote zilikuwa zimekwama. Zilikwama sababu tulitaka zikwame, zilikwama sababu fedha hazikuwa na pesa hazikupatikana. Pesa ushuru inakusanywa, madeni ilikuwa imelundikizana, na rais mnakumbuka 2 years ago akituambia the first thing is to stabilize the economy and make sure we do not default. Nchi yetu itakuwa rahisi na hawa wabunge. Ile tutakubaliana hapa, wewe na rais hamuna option, lazima mutekeleze. Musipotekeleza ni sisi na nyinyi. Na mnajua mko na mtihani baada ya miaka 5. Si wako na mtihani? Si watakuja Meru? Wakija mnauliza, mulituambia barabara, mulituambia bei ya miraa itakuwa bora zaidi. Bei ya miraa imekuwa bora ama imeharibika? Si lazima mumuulize? Ama mtaogopa kuuliza? Mtaogopa? Ama mnataka wabunge tena wasiulize maswali, ati waseme kazi yao ni kuitwa itugati? Nemo itugati inywe? Nemo itugati? Itugati regai demo era nageko, nemo igwa gekoyo? Nemo konyita? Itugati re ni andu aria merutĩire gũtungatĩra bũrũri wa Kenya, makĩrutĩra mĩoyo yao, family ciao, indo ciao, makaingĩra gĩthaka kũrũĩra wĩyathi na mĩgũnda ya mũndũ mũirũ. Acio nĩo metagwo itunga, na marũaga nĩ ũndũ wa bũrũri, matiarũaga nĩ ũndũ wa nda ciao. Kana tiguo? no ngeigua mutongoria kwira ati nie ndingitungati na ti bururi ararwira ni nda yake ati na ya mundu rume ungi kiu ti gitungati iyo ni ngombo ya mundu kana tiguo riu nie ndirakena aya MPs anyu gutire njigua akiita gitungati ici ni njamba cia Meru na njamba cia bururi iruagira andu a Meru itithia gutungata mundu rume umwe ati kumurwira na indo ciake ati matuike ngombo yao ati riu njamba ta JP John Paul ati atuike ati wira wake ni kurumirira mundu rume ungi aigua kwi mathiko tigania agathie tigania mathiko aigua mathiko me Limuru akarumirira mundu mathiko Limuru ucio niguo wira JP athurirwo JP mumuthurite na MPs ayage moke bunge mamutetere moke guku gwe Professor Kindiki na kwe William Ruto president mamwire maundu ma mira maria mwerire andu a Meru mahingiriei mwarega kumahingiria kahinda gakinya ni mugatuona mutambia Professor kahinda gakinya ni makamuona wafanye wasifanye. Your Excellency sijakuja kuchochea mtu, nimekuja kusema sio tafadhali, kazi lazima mfanyie watu ya Meru. Wafanye wasifanye? Wafanye wasifanye? Mtawapea nafasi wafanye? Unajua kuna wengine tunasikia wanatisha profesa. Anaambiwa ati huyu sio wa Mlima. Ati riu kirima no ukorirwo ni uraria gikuyu tanie niguo uyu wa kirima. Tukihoya kura githe tutiamwiraga inyuĩ ithuothe andu a kirima ugai Ameru mugeni kairi githe tiguo twamwiraga. Campaign kiisha kirima gikahaica riu Meru igatiga kuoneka kirima kionekaga mwena umwe. Mumeru ni mtu wa kirima kama Mkikuyu vile ni mtu wa kirima, si ndio? Niguo kana tiguo? Sasa huyu profesa si ni Mumeru? Si ni Mkenya? Unajua uzuri ya profesa hana ile ujinga ya ukabila. Anajua ni Mmeru, amezaliwa akiwa Mmeru na atakufa akiwa Mumeru. Na ako na akili timamu ya Mumeru ya kufanya kazi ya kusaidiana na rais. Tutamshikilia? Mtamshikilia? Na William Ruto bosi yake mtamshikilia? William Ruto atembee Meru? Mtampokea? Hamtamwambia sio wa Mlima? Ate mundu atindaga twira guku ati kirima nigiathire inyuĩ tondu mumire Meru ri ni muonire kirima kirio hau gwe kundu githiete gwe kundu gigathie giguikara haria kiri na inyuĩ muguikara thirikari-inĩ ya William Ruto na Professor Kindiki. Tujipange, hata Mumeru anaweza ongoza Kenya na akuwe rais wa Kenya. Kana tiguo? Niguo kana tiguo? Kana ko gwatuikire no Mugikuyu ungiathana Kenya. Nie njaragia Gikuyu na ndi Mugikuyu na ndi Mukenya, no ni njuyo na andu angi a Kenya ni a Kenya and they have a right like every other Kenyan. Si ndio? Niguo kana tiguo? Sasa tusidharau huyu profesa ati sababu hajipigi kifua, sababu asemi mimi ni mtu ya Mlima. Tusimudharau. Nasikianga akisema mutikaire reri uceke. Iyo reri niwe kuaga mbugi cia mugithi. Ona mutikaire profesa ni gukuhiha. Ukuhi ucio wake hakiri ni nyingi maita 10 ma mundu uri utinda akigamba guku. Si huyu ako na akili? Si ako na ujuzi? Sasa hata hajamaliza miezi 5 kama amekuwa deputy president miezi 3. Nyinyi watu wa Meru miaka 2 amojai kanyanga Karen, mulikuwa mmeiona kwa TV. Sasa miezi 3 muko Karen. Na amujakuja siasa, amujakuja kukula, si muko na chakula. Noe goko gwito Gikuyu-ini tondu gutiare irio nyingi, ungiekire irio nyingi mundu eragwo ici no Meru igire cingenina. No inyu mutiukire kuria, mumekuja muongee mambo ya maendeleo ya Meru, si ndio? Sasa wewe kama tulikupea kazi miaka 2, hujaita kaunti ya Meru uongee mambo ya miraa, hujaita kaunti ya Meru uongee mambo ya maziwa, hujaita kaunti ya Meru uongee mambo ya majani chai ama ya kahawa. Kila siku ni kirima ruriri tukuria tukuria mbia cia mira turie cia kahua turie cia macani no tutikaria ruriri niguo kana tiguo andu aitu niguo riu ni mugwitikira ati riu turerwo ati tume thirikari ino ngai ino na mange tuingata na maragita tutingiuma tuguikara ino. Nyinyi wa Meru mmesema tukae kwa hii serikali ama mtafuata mtu ati kwa mazishi ati atupeleke sijui ati ndiraugire kirima ne kiaumire ona mungiriukia Kimathi kana muriukie Jomo Kenyatta nie kirima ne nie njugaga na ne nie ngauga ona Uhuru wa Kenya atarari o hau agitwira niwe ukauga na tukiuga ithue na ithue tukauga. Hata 2027 watu wa Meru ndio watasema. Ni nyinyi mtasema ama ni mtu mwingine? Na kusema kwenyu ni utenda kazi. Kweli si kweli? So your excellency, sorry nimechukua muda kidogo, acha niende bunge, sina uchochezi. Nimesema tu usipofanya kazi wembe ni ule ule. Wembe ni ule ule. Wembe ni ule ule. Mtu akishindwa na kazi safari ilikuwa. Lakini mnaona kama huyo anaweza shindwa? Si miezi ni 3 ametuita hapa tuongee mambo ya maendeleo ya Meru. Your excellency, vile tulisema, mimi nilikuwa hapa na watu ya Kiambu na niwaambie, niliwachochea kidogo nikawaambia next year lazima Profesa Kindiki atuite tena atuambie yale tumesema hapa kama yamefanyika. Lile limefanyika tunasema tick, ile haijafanyika anatuambia kwa nini haijafanyika na itafanyika siku gani, au sio? Na akiweza asituite hapa, atuite pale mbele pale State House. Kana tigua kana momerwa ngeigira State House gutiko hingurwo. Riu ni mwecirĩtie ati mundu wa Meru no aikare Karen deputy president. Mukiragwo kirima no Kimandũ Icũng'wa ũngĩtuĩka anga no wa ũngĩtuĩka ana Mũmĩrũ nĩ mwana wa kĩrĩma ta Mũgĩkũyũ ũrĩa ũngĩ o wothe. Nĩguo nyitĩrĩre njamba ĩno itũ na tũnyitĩrĩre president. Mumeamua Meru mutashikilia president atufanyie kazi, na sisi wakati ukifika, wakati watakuwa wamenyeshewa wakiomba kura, tutawapea mwavuli ya kujifunika. Tutawapea kura zetu siku hiyo. Dinari ya siasa no kwaria githitiguo. Mwathani amurathime. Nimeshukuru, nimeona mpaka mzee Kiraitu, mzee wetu, ma-PS na mawaziri wetu wako hapa. Si huyu mzee ametufanyia kazi kubwa Kenya hii sana, lakini alifanya siku yake, si ndio? Sasa hatuna nafasi ya kutumia mzee Kiraitu kufikia mambo ingine, lakini tuko nafasi ya kutumia huyu kijana wenyu. Tumtumie ama tusimtumie? Tutumire huyu. Huyu ni mtoto wa Kirima. Ni wa Kirima na ti Kirima huyu. Tigushine ni murima uria tureragwo murima. Githutirago usiguse murima. Mimi nilisema nitagusa hiyo murima, lakini nitaigusa na nihakikishe Profesa Kindiki amekuwa deputy president. Na ndio bunge ilimpitisha 100% without opposition. Si alipitishwa na kila mtu? Na yule alifukuzwa, wewe wacha kutusomea, ulifukuzwa kwa kushindwa utenda kazi kwa kazi tuliyokupea. Na usiseme ni watu wa mlima wamefukuzwa. Watu wa mlima tuko kwa hii serikali na hatutoki, na tutapigania hapa mpaka tupate haki yetu. Kana tiguo? Ni murona twena Kindiki tatongera moko mwitiria indo na tampuru wa mburi ndio tumwite twete mpuru wa mburi auge shetani huyo. Mwathani amurathime.
So yeah, we have heard Mr. Kindiki, what he has told the people of Meru when he was in Karen. He has told them that they belong to the mountain. They should hold hands. They should hold their people. Their people, that is their person, Mr. Kindiki, with his boss, wamshike mkono, waunge mkono, so that they can work together. Wasi anze stories of propaganda. In 3 months, Meru people had never been to Karen. Okay, see, you're joking kubaya, but they have that statement might look funny because like how now? Si kuna watu wa Meru wanaishi Karen. But my point is they have been welcomed to the government. Next tumesikia wanapelekwa State House. So yeah, this is happening. Kenya is evolving, and I'm very happy for my country. As a patriotic, I'm very happy for my country. It's evolving. Next to see ndio tunaenda, mimi ndio naenda State House when I'm going to receive my to sign my contract as a PC.
So coming back to our main topic, mnaona like ni kama the nini wanaitwa aje watu, they are not good, they are not okay with the speaker, right? I don't know what you can say, guys.
Okay, Moses Wetangula, according to the sources, yes, Zolfan, you wanted to talk. Okay, according to some of the people, he's like some of the members, they say that he has been showing. I can't say who or who. I just say that some out there speak, and it has observed that there are some issues with Moses.
Basically, so the reason why he might be impeached is because apparently, one, he ignored the rule of court, about who is the majority. Then the second thing is that he's from 4K. Now doing and
that he might be biased politically.
Yes. So they feel that he is biased, and he might. It's just rumors. He might. So who they want to bring someone who is like
politically neutral.
Yeah, is neutral from both parties. Hamna party party. I have to favor this one, so I have to do this. So that is the thing, Felix.
Okay.
So this is what who can replace him? Is Kawira Mwangaza still the governor? Or she still? Hiyo ndio angekuwa nini? Mtu wa kumreplace mwingine. She's neutral. Let's see. So according to you, who do you think might replace him?
Felix, who do you think?
Sidani, I can't say.
Okay, so would the producer take us there?
Yes.
To want how what?
Yeah.
Job is coming up in the next year, Mr. Speaker. If there's a Kenyan who feels he's qualified to become the Secretary General of the UN, he should go for it. And Kenyans will support. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It doesn't matter. Go for it. So, Mr. Speaker, many countries in this region have done very well, much better than our country, in terms of positioning their people in this multilateral organization, Mr. Speaker. We have not done very well as a country in that sphere, Mr. Speaker. We have to improve our socks and make sure that a lot of Kenyans, even the ones who are celebrating, instead of holding people in villages, in somewhere there in Nyeri, release them, let them go for these international positions if they are qualified. Don't hold people there buying the muji every day, and they are qualified, they have papers, they have masters, they have degrees, everything. Take them out, Mr. Speaker. Wamunyoro is not a charge. Unless it's another Shakahola place, where people now go there and they want to die there inside there. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to say that I have thanked the President on behalf of my party, on behalf of my constituency, and on behalf of myself, for showing leadership as our President and supporting the candidature of our party leader. I want to also congratulate my party leader. He's a strong man. Very strong man, Mr. Speaker. And he always has a second chance. If there is any other position to serve in the continent, he will be available. In the world, everywhere, Mr. Speaker. He has been available, Mr. Speaker. He has served the African Union before, and we will continue supporting him, and he is my leader, and we will make sure that we provide our services to the people of this country and to the people of this country, Mr. Speaker, in whichever level we can, in whichever capacity that we can. There are people who thought that this contest was political. They thought that, oh, this is a contest now, or if we lose, ODM will get annoyed. I don't know, annoyed of what? If there are people we should be annoyed with, it should be Djibouti, the people who took our cup. Yeah, why should we be annoyed with somebody who was not contesting against us? We should be annoyed with the people who defeated us, and we are not annoyed with them also. We are congratulating them for doing a good job, because African Union belongs to all of us. As a nation, we are part of the African Union. So, Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I wish to second and warn the naysayers that you should avoid that kind of thing going forward in future. Mr. Speaker, because if you are going to oppose a Kenyan because of his political affiliation, because of domestic issues, it's a very primitive way of looking at things. And I know some of the people, why we impeach them also, it was not in the impeachment paper, but it's primitivity. Some of them are very primitive people. Village mentality. You know, people want to go to international organizations. Instead of supporting them, you are judging them on the basis of what happens in a village, Mr. Speaker. I'm very sad about that. I do not expect people to celebrate the loss of a Kenyan in an international contest. It's a shame. Whichever you are, you cannot celebrate the loss of a Kenyan in an international contest. I repeat again. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Now, if our athlete loses in a contest now, in the New York Marathon or in the London Marathon, you expect me to celebrate? No. Because it's not from my community? It's not from my region? It's not from my religion? It's not from my village? It's not from my what? Shame on you. Shame. And those people who did that must desist. And never to repeat that. I must say that on the floor of this House, Mr. Speaker. Because this is where we address issues of concern to the people. And that is an issue of high concern to the people, Mr. Speaker. When we are telling Kenyans that you cannot run in any contest outside Kenya. In the first place, even if we run here in Kenya, they will not vote for us, I know. We have taken very serious that matter, and we don't want it to happen in our country again. We want to support our people. We want to support our Kenyans, wherever they are. That is why we impeach certain people, because they were telling us we are not shareholders of this country. That's what they told us. We have not forgotten. They told us that you are not shareholders in this country. I don't know when the shareholding certificate was issued in this country. At independence, everyone was there. You should call for annual general meeting so that we know which shares we have. So you get impeached on that kind of nonsense, and you continue celebrating again the loss of a Kenyan in an international contest. We will stand firm. We will hold our head high. We have not lost anything. We have, in the contrary, we have gained, because we have registered the name of Kenya in the international arena, Mr. Speaker. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I thank you, and I urge all members to support and to register their thanks, especially to the President and to the former Prime Minister who put his line, or his head on the line, Mr. Speaker, for Kenyans. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, I'll now propose the question, which is that recalling that the African Union, the successor of the Organization of African Unity, or AU, was launched in 2002 as a continental body consisting of the 55 member states that make up the countries of the African continent, with a vision of creating an integral, prosperous and peaceful Africa, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena, aware that the African Union Commission AUC, established as the secretariat responsible for the day-to-day operations and activities of the AU, is headed by the chairperson elected by heads of state and governments from member states. Recalling that on 27th February 2024, Kenya formally announced that the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, will be vying for the position of chairperson of the African Union Commission, AUC, building on his previous service as the African Union Special Envoy for Infrastructure Development in Africa from 2018 to 2023. Appreciating that in recognition of the immense Pan-African ideals embodied in the candidacy of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, his dedication and leadership in advancing the cause of the African continent through various initiatives and positions held over the years, including his previous service as the African Union Special Envoy for Infrastructure Development in Africa from 2018 to 2023, His Excellency the President endorsed the Right Honorable Raila Odinga as Kenya's candidate for the chairperson of the African Union Commission, noting that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga's candidacy for the position of chairperson of the African Union Commission was not only his personal ambition, but also a symbol of Kenya's deep commitment to the goals of the African Union and its desire to actively participate in shaping the continent's future. Commending the government of Kenya, led by His Excellency the President, for the Pan-African campaign in support of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, reinforced by Kenya's commitment to regional and continental integration and cooperation and guided by Kenya's foreign policy. Further commending the remarkable achievement by the Right Honorable Raila Odinga for emerging the run-up in the election of the chairperson of the African Union Commission on Saturday, 15th February 2025, recognizing the need to sustain Kenya's growing prominence on the continental stage and advocacy for a more united, prosperous, and self-reliant Africa in resonance with the aspirations of millions of Africans who seek to see the continent empowered to chart its own course in the global arena. Now, therefore, this House records its thanks to His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, CGH, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, for endorsing the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, as Kenya's candidate for the election as the chairperson of the African Union Commission, AUC, and for coordinating the continental campaign in support of his candidacy. Two, expresses his profound thanks to the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, for demonstrating his unwavering commitment to the service of Africa by offering himself as Kenya's candidate for the position of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, for his leadership in advancing Pan-African unity, for his dedication to the development and integration of the African continent, and for his distinguished attempt to the election in which he emerged as the runner-up. And three, records his congratulations to His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf on his election as the chairperson of the African Union Commission on Saturday, 15th February 2025. Jared Okello.
Honorable Speaker, from the outset, let me thank you for the opportunity and also bring to the attention of the House, Honorable Speaker, that in the course of that election, I was nominated to be the chief agent in the closed auditorium, Honorable Speaker. And as the chief agent, Honorable Speaker, in a very controlled, heavily guarded compound, controlled numbers of people getting in and out, I was privileged to sit with our President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, alongside a few members representing the Republic of Kenya during that election, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to specifically thank the President of this country, Honorable Speaker. It is seldom that a person whom you have subjected yourselves to a very fierce contest would come back to lift your hands and put you, or try to put you into a position that you are garnering for, Honorable Speaker. The President of the Republic of Kenya went beyond the call of duty, even launching the candidature of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in State House in the Republic of Kenya, notwithstanding the fact that in 2022, they were fierce challengers, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, history will judge Dr. William Samoei Ruto very positively going into the future. And I come from a community, Honorable Speaker, that will never forget those who do good to it. Perhaps the only community, Honorable Speaker, and I'm very proud to be hailing from that community, Honorable Speaker. As is the norm, many a times there is victory in defeat. And we left Addis Ababa together with Baba, with our heads high. And now the President, together with the Right Honorable Prime Minister, can embark on their duty of uniting this country. There is more work to be done here than there could have been work to be done in Addis Ababa. And therefore I join my brother, Honorable Junet, by saying that those who think this was a defeat against Baba are in for a rude shock, Honorable Speaker. The mission to unite this country, regardless of where one comes from, is a journey that we can never drop. And therefore, as Baba comes back to join hands with his brother, the President, those who celebrated much early will be shocked as we go into the future, Honorable Speaker. And Baba is going to give us more direction as to where we will go, both as a community and as the Republic of Kenya. In the auditorium, Honorable Speaker, there could be factors that played out, some of which we will not delve into, Honorable Speaker. But in that auditorium, if I counted correctly, there were less than 10 presidents who had stayed behind for that election. However, they were represented by their various ministers in charge of foreign affairs, Honorable Speaker. And I would be remiss not to make it clear that even the one who has been elected is a foreign minister of his country. And therefore, those who were given the task to vote on behalf of their leaders, Honorable Speaker, are his contemporaries, are his colleagues, are people that he has worked with in the Foreign Office. And because this was a secret ballot, it was secret to the extent, Honorable Speaker, that presidents and the voters were given empty papers, empty. There was no name. And they were expected to write those names and bring the papers to where we were to be counted, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, the speculation going around that people are castigating other countries for dropping the ball against us is not true, Honorable Speaker. It is so hard to tell who wrote what on which piece of paper, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, unless you know handwritings of all the presidents in Africa, you can never know who voted for who. But I can say unequivocally that apart from Kenya, there are 20 countries that stuck with Baba through and through, even as we went into the last batch of the voting process, Honorable Speaker. 20 countries out of 49 that were present in the auditorium is not an easy achievement, Honorable Speaker. They stuck with us to the letter, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, we are very thankful to the entire African continent because Baba went all the way to the 7th round. And in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, he chose to withdraw himself in order to avoid a stalemate that would have ensued, Honorable Speaker. Only Baba can do that. Otherwise, the rest would have subjected themselves to rounds and rounds of elections that would have led to nowhere. And you remember, Honorable Speaker, when our South African sister, Dlamini Zuma, won, they went all the way to the 7th round. There was no ultimate winner. The election had to be suspended for 6 months. And in the intervening period, Mali had to be taken out because of the coup. So Baba, in the Pan-Africanist spirit, chose to withdraw himself, not to subject our African continent to a stalemate that was witnessed when Dlamini Zuma became chair. And Honorable Speaker, these are facts that will govern the elections of AUC going into the future. That certain times there is no point holding on and subjecting the whole continent into a stalemate. Only Baba did it, somebody else can be able to do it, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, a clarion call has been made by both the President and the Prime Minister, Honorable Speaker, that it is time we united our country first and then move to unite the African continent. Honorable Speaker, this is not a small journey. Uniting a country that has always been divided across ethnic, religious, and tribal lines, you need a Baba and you need President Ruto to have this country come together. You need both to bring this country come together. And the hyperbolic political temperatures that we have continued to see, when we have elections 2.5 years to come, must stop for the sake of this country. Honorable Speaker, we only have one country, and it is called the Republic of Kenya. If we destroy this, we have nowhere else to go to. If you go to the northeastern part where we are playing good host to refugees who left their countries because of the circumstances of war, it is not something that you'd wish on anyone else, Honorable Speaker. The conditions that people live in those shanties is not something to write home about. And therefore, if there are people who are beating drums of war and are laughing at the top of their voices because Kenya has not succeeded, they do not belong to this country. And perhaps they do not understand the history of war and genocide that other countries have been subjected to, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, let us all in this house, as important as this house is to this country, rally behind both the President and the Prime Minister to bring about unity that shall withstand the test of times, Honorable Speaker. Finally, as my Bible, where I draw a lot of sailors, says, that my people suffer because of lack of knowledge. There are people who can laugh due to lack of knowledge. But sooner, that revelation shall come to pass, and this country will be reunited once and for all. And I thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And I think I will start first by thanking His Excellency, the President of the Republic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know, this is a very important special motion. Honorable Speaker, I really wanted to have indulged you before my brother had started speaking, so that, and you had given instruction that by 6:22, then it will come. I wish maybe, Honorable Speaker, we could be given fewer minutes so that everybody can have an opportunity to contribute. Around 3 minutes, maybe. That, because, yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Can we do 3?
3 or 5? 3, 5. Let's do 5. We see how well we do. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I said I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity to speak on this. I first want to thank His Excellency the President for leading the candidature of the Kenyan candidate, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, with a spirited fight. I also appreciate those members who put in the support and acted as agents. Honorable Speaker, I want to first start by saying that it is important that we know that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga was not the candidate. Kenya was the candidate. That is what many Kenyans forgot. So any Kenyan who was against the candidature of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga is an unpatriotic Kenyan, because it is very prestigious for your country to hold the position of chairperson. That position of chairperson is actually the symbol of continental unity in Africa. So it is the envy of every country to have a person from their country to hold that position of chairperson. So anyone who makes disparaging remarks is actually doing a disservice, not to the individual of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, but to us as a country, and must be frowned upon. It is also important because it seems like during this conversation, many Kenyans never understood the significance of that position of chairperson. When you have that position of chairperson as a country, you literally have the ability to be able to shape the economic and trade policies of the entire continent. You would be able to have the ability to champion the African Continental Free Trade, the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, yes. And it's something that has been very difficult for us, for Africa to achieve. You will also be able to promote the unity of Africa, even in movement. You see that today, to go to an African country, within Africa, I have to get a visa. Today, you go to the EU, if you have an EU visa, you can practically traverse the entire EU without any border stop, and so can the trade movement also happen like that. So it is upon us as African and as Kenyans that we were in an enviable position, that we almost clinched that position of chairperson, where we'd be able as a country to champion the free movement of Africans within Africa. Because we must remind ourselves that visas were created by the global north to keep off Africans or the global south from the global north. But today, within Africa, we actually have visas to keep ourselves out of it. We must continue to say that as Kenya, as a country, we pledge that we shall continue to try and promote ourselves to get that position of chairperson of the African Union. And not just that position. There are many other positions that are available in the UN and other international bodies where Kenya can showcase itself. So I call upon all Kenyans that when these positions do arise and we have a Kenyan candidate, that candidate is not an individual candidate but a national candidate. And it's upon us to support them throughout and be able to ensure that the country gets that particular seat. I saw the joy of Germany when van der Leyen became president of the European Commission. And that country took great pride in it. I want to see a situation where, as Kenyans, we become more patriotic. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me take this opportunity to congratulate Baba, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, for the good work that he did at the African Union. Mr. Speaker, I've just finished reading a book called IMPEACHMENT that talks about the Japanese secret to a long life. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that they talk about that contributes to a long life is never retiring. And Mr. Speaker, I'm never retiring. And that you never retire when you have discovered your ikigai, which is your purpose for living. Very few people in life discover their purpose in life. One of them is Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And his purpose in life is service to humanity. It doesn't matter how much people want to pour in dirt on him. Younger generations who do not know what he has done over the years, you can never take away his ikigai. And I would want to encourage those who are busy talking a lot of nonsense around him, find your own purpose in life and live it fully and never retire. Because when you find your purpose in life, Mr. Speaker, you are always happy regardless of circumstances. So that's why even whether he wins or loses, it doesn't matter. Mr. Speaker, there are many of us at 20 years or 30 or 40, 50 who will not be brave enough to go for such a position. Can you imagine a person who at 80 years is willing to dare out and go for such a position? Whether he wins or not does not matter. It is inspirational enough that at that age he's gone out there. But I want to also congratulate and thank His Excellency President William Ruto for the work that he has done for Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in this regard, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when we went there, I went very cautiously optimistic. Not because I had less faith in the capabilities of Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, but as a person who has worked in the Pan-African region with the Pan-African Parliament and other fora, Mr. Speaker, I understand the geopolitics very well, the issues of regional blocks, language blocks, amongst other issues, Mr. Speaker. And sometimes they come into play, including prevailing circumstances in the region. They sometimes come into play. Mr. Speaker, the other issues, including the fact that Mr. Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga was a towering figure that some people may have found a bit intimidating. His strength, as I've seen one writer say, may have been his weakness because some people can't deal with strong characters. Mr. Speaker, it is also an opportunity for the AU to introspect. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, sorry, I see you have changed. Madam Speaker, it's an opportunity for the AU to introspect because the issues of equity keep coming up and barriers based on language, religion, and other factors always keep coming up. The way they've tried to solve it in Pan-African Parliament is the way they need to solve it also at that level. Madam Speaker, I would also want to say that I've seen a narrative that people are trying to sell, that Raila always loses. Honorable Raila was a member of Langata for many years. Yes. Madam Speaker, he even resigned his position and went for by-election and won. And he has served as Prime Minister. And the one who is saying Raila would never will never win anything, has never even won a village elder position, and will never win a village elder position. So really, be factual and wish your fellow Kenyan well is when God will bless you. Madam Speaker, there are many Sanballats and Tobiases in this country. They are very noisy and even noisier than the people who have goodwill for this country. But I want to say that I was impressed by the equally high number of Kenyans who came to Ethiopia using their own resources. People came in buses, in bicycles, by air, and by all means, and they were all tribes, Madam Speaker. My time is up. I want to also thank them and say God works in mysterious ways. What you thought was going to work for ill has actually worked for good. We were fighting last week. We are now sitting calmly as a minority, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Farah Malik.
Madam Speaker, I also want to join my colleagues in congratulating Madam Speaker, in congratulating our head of state, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, and also congratulating the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, had the fortune and the experience of having worked with Raila for over 30 years. And the one thing that, regardless of whether you like him or you don't like him, that you must admit is the energy he has and the passion he has for transformational politics. I also happen to know, as also one of the founder members initially of ODM, our president, William Samoei Ruto, because I campaigned with him in the 2007 elections when we were in the same party. And he has a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of wisdom, and a lot of good intention for this country. I haven't had the opportunity of meeting the president's late father, but I've had the opportunity of working with the president, with Right Honorable Raila Odinga's late father. And we worked together in this parliament. And up until the last time when he breathed his last breath, he was working with us in parliament here like any other young man. With that advanced age, he would still discuss with us matters that were current in our political sphere, including the bills, including all the committees in the House here, because we happen to have been from the same party. Madam Speaker, it's a pity that we see ourselves as hyphenated Kenyans, and we demonize hard work. We demonize wisdom. We demonize aspirations and ambitions and achievements by looking at it where that person comes from. And I know that because we suffer the same things. As a community, when we work very hard, the stuff that goes out is that the Somalis, they're taking over the country. They're doing very well. This is one thing that should have made every Kenyan proud, that other Kenyans are doing very well in terms of development, in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of athletics, in terms of academia, everything. Madam Speaker, I want to tell our country, I host a nation, or rather a constituency, which houses in excess of 450,000 refugees. And those people are from the same tribe, the same ethnicity, the same religion, the same looks, the same denomination within Islam. They are all, we have got 4 denominations within the Sunni Muslim, but then they are Shafi'is. And still, when you have a failed state, the amount of mayhem, the amount of destruction, and the amount of suffering is unimaginable and incalculable. I want to warn my Kenyan brothers and sisters, starting with members of parliament. Let's not divide our country. Let's not divide our country. Look at the Congo DRC in the period of time since Mobutu Sese Seko was overthrown. They've lost about 6 million lives. And there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Madam Speaker, I would beg you to give me 2 more minutes if you can. Madam Speaker, we are 44 nations in this country here, with 44 different languages, with different looks, with different regions. If I've seen Somalia, I've traveled from one end of that country to the other end. You cannot tell the difference. Can I have?
You said we're giving 1 minute.
You can't tell one clan from the other unless you ask. And invariably, in most cases, when you ask, they will tell you the right clan. And they're all related to one another. And you can still see we have got in excess of 800 Somali refugees here. 450,000 in my 800,000. 450,000 in my constituency, and an additional 207,000 in urban centers as aliens, and also in Kakuma and a number of other places. Madam Speaker, I implore on my Kenyan brothers and sisters, let us respect the leadership of this country. Raila Odinga is a leader of an immense repute. Let's respect him. Let also the leaders who have had positions in this country as ministers, as vice presidents, as everything, as president, respect other leaders. Democracy, the nature of democracy is diversity of opinion. The fact that somebody does not agree with your political opinions does not necessarily mean that you have to demonize that person. This country needs healing, Madam Speaker. The other option is that we don't want to turn it into a DRC. We don't want to turn it into another Somalia. And we don't want to turn it into a Syria or a Lebanon or a Libya or God knows where, or a Yemen, Madam Speaker, or Syria for that matter. Madam Speaker, let us celebrate our brilliant scientists, let's celebrate them. Our athletes, let's celebrate them as Kenyans. Our political leadership, let's celebrate them. Madam Speaker, whenever we ask for something, we're asking for it or contesting for those things as Kenyans. The candidature was Kenya. It was not Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is secondary. And now Kenya lost and Djibouti won. We ran for the Security Council one time against Djibouti and won. And Djibouti lost that time. So losing and winning is neither here nor there. We had loved to win, but if our brothers in the other end won, we will congratulate them, give them a good handshake until the next time. But for the future, from here going forward, there is need for this country to be united. The President and the Prime Minister, my advice, my implosion, my pleading to them, please unite this country. Keep on the good work that you're doing right now. And let the naysayers understand that Kenya is bigger than your political interests and likes. Madam Speaker, I support.
The Honorable Kainan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, may I also join my colleagues in commending the President for his mojo and telemastic manner in which he has approached the whole AU election this year. Madam Speaker, also allow me to appreciate the amazing gingerly approach and manner the Honorable Raila also exhibited after the loss. Madam Speaker, the Odingas have always been magnanimous and patriotic. And I want to remind Kenyans, in 1962, when the white colonialists declared Kenyatta as the leader of death and darkness, it's the Odingas who said, no internal self-rule without Kenyatta. Madam Speaker, in 1992, when Mzee Moi had a problem immediately after the election, it's the Odinga who came to the aid of Mzee Moi. In 1997, when Mzee Moi had a problem, is the Odinga again under the Grand Corporation who again came to the assistance of Mzee Moi. In 2002, it's the Odingas who said Kibaki tosha. In 2007, when we had a serious national challenge, it's the Odingas who saved this country. In 2018, it is Odinga again who joined Uhuru under the infamous handshake. In 2024, when everybody expected Kenyans to fight because of that entitlement of tribally driven, tribally centered, tribally oriented shareholding mechanism, is the Odinga who said, no, we have one country. What does all this demonstrate? That the Odingas have always been there for this country. Madam Speaker, elections, when you decide to join an election, you either lose or win. The continental politics, Madam Speaker, Kenya as a leading economic hub, as a leading diplomatic hub, we have demonstrated under the leadership of President Ruto that Kenya is not just a country per se, it's a diplomatic hub. That is why many countries decided to stick by us, to support the Honorable Odinga, and the little challenge that has assisted our colleague, our friend from Djibouti to win the election should be seen as a gain, because at the end of the day, we also live in democracy. Madam Speaker, the naysayers who are tribalists, the ethnic chauvinists, must be told in no uncertain terms that this country belongs to all of us. Their biological nationalism has no place in the modern day Kenya. They must accept this is a country of many nation states. Many nation states, and these nation states that have contributed in defining our national borders and our national heritage. So long as you sit somewhere and you believe in your tribal bygones, Madam Speaker, there is no time the majority of Kenyans will live
by your ideology. That ideology has been overtaken by events. I want to request His Excellency the President to work with the Honorable Odinga in determining and working out 2027 and 2032 in the future, so that at one time the Odingas also get an opportunity in the history of this country. Madam Speaker, however, there are certain things that we need to go back and determine. We need to recalibrate our foreign policy and fill the pitfalls, because literally we have assisted many African countries in the Horn of Africa, in the East Africa. Kenya is the only country that has not gone through militarism. We have been host to many refugees from Somalia, from Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Southern Sudan, Ethiopia. Many countries in the region must celebrate the dynamic nature of Kenyan politics and the contribution of Kenya, not only to the continental peace and stability, but also to our democracy in the region. And this is why I expected in the first instance the Honorable Odinga will have won. But I think that aspect, because sometimes diplomacy is very tricky. There's something called in diplomacy, Madam Speaker, track 1 and track 2. In track 1, nations just sit on the table, discuss niceties, but in the evening, they resort to something called track 2. Track 2 is something called the ice diplomacy. You discuss it under the table, and that is what determines how you relate to the nations and other nations. Madam Speaker, this is one more minute. This is a defining moment. We have learned it. We have learned it. I want to ask the managers of our foreign policy to go back to the drawing board and determine those genuine friends of the Republic of Kenya, and chart out with them an avenue, a path that will not only take care of their economic, political well-being, but will also safeguard our national pride. And this is what will help the people of Kenya. I say congratulations, President Ruto. Congratulations, Honorable Raila Odinga, for standing firm for the well-being of this country. And we, wherever we are, will support you in your endeavor to take this country and help us join the League of Developing Nations. I support.
The Honorable Member for Homa Bay Town, Honorable Peter Kaluma. And we are sticking to this 5 minutes. Maybe we start reducing to 3.
Yeah.
I think Honorable Kaluma, you'll be the last to have 5 minutes. Then we can move to 3.
Yes.
Oh, 5 is okay. We have few. Let's continue.
Thank you. I hope, Honorable Speaker, my 1 minute is still there. Honorable Speaker, I stand to support this motion. I'm one person who is led by the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And let me confirm to the nation that he shared with me the thinking to run, or the intention to run for this seat, well before most people knew of it. And so let me go on record as saying, Honorable Speaker, that it is not President Ruto or anybody else who put Honorable Raila to run for this seat. It was his choice based on what he believed he would do for Africa. And Honorable Speaker, I want to say that the fact that Honorable Raila has not succeeded to be the chair of the AUC is a loss to Africa and a loss to Kenya. We know Honorable Raila and his leadership credentials as a Pan-Africanist, as a leader who is very passionate about the unity, the prosperity, and peace across Africa. And Honorable Speaker, we know so because of the sacrifices he's made for this country. Because of shortness of time, let me thank Honorable Raila for stepping in to the space to represent Kenya in that continental competition. Honorable Speaker, we should not forget that barely 2 years ago, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga had a contest with President William Ruto. And it's a contest which went up to the Supreme Court. I would therefore not end, Honorable Speaker, without thanking His Excellency the President for the magnanimity he showed in stepping forward to support Prime Minister Raila Odinga in the manner he did, in word and in deed. And Honorable Speaker, in so doing, the President has confirmed that he understands very deeply his role as the head of state for all Kenyans, and is being a symbol of national unity. He has taught us that as a constitutional democracy, once we have elections and you take reins, you stand with every Kenyan wherever they are in whatever bid they are making continentally. I wanted to request these two great sons of Kenyan leaders that they have seen through this contest how Kenyans believe we can be a divided people. Honorable Speaker, we always have athletics. And I can tell you, even in the midst of the post-election violence in 2008, when Pamela Jelimo was winning, although we were in different seats as Kenyans due to the times and the temptations we were going through at the time, we stood up and embraced. I wanted to request these two great leaders that the enterprise to unite the country, the need to create the Kenyan nation which has eluded us for far too long, is before them to achieve for Kenya. I would be happy, Honorable Speaker, for that day when whichever Kenya it is, as we have been doing with sports, contesting for anything outside of our border, we forget about where we come from, the communities we come from, and we all rally behind them. And so I'm requesting the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and President William Ruto that this AUC contest is something we need to build on and to unite this country and create one prosperous, equitable, fair country in which all of us are proud to be Kenyan. Honorable Speaker, when I returned, I was met by some media people who were asking, now are you going to stop supporting the administration? It is the patriotic duty of all Kenyans to support the government in place. And I wanted to tell those people that I happen to be from the community of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. I can tell you, in the enterprise of building one Kenya, count on Raila to join hands and to continue to the end with President William Ruto. For those who think that there would be any squabbles between us out of this contest, I've seen naysayers thinking so. Honorable Speaker, let me tell you, we are going to hold the hands of President William Ruto more firmer to build one united country where all of us. For those who ever imagined we will fall.
No, I think there are many others who are, but I think the Honorable Kimani Kuria, member for Molo.
Thank you very much,
and
Honorable
if you can
Speaker.
speak in under 5 minutes would be good.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And from the onset, I would like to congratulate this great son of the Republic of Kenya, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. You know, Honorable Speaker, we do not speak enough of the sacrifices that this great Kenyan has made for where Kenya is where it is today. The freedom of speech that we celebrate, the multi-party democracy that we celebrate in this country, is one of the fruits that were fought with very painful losses by one Raila Amolo Odinga. His coming out as such a successful candidate for the African Union position of Speaker clearly also demonstrates the energy that he had and the confidence that the 20 heads of state gave on this son of our Honorable Speaker is one thing today. I'm a very proud Kenyan and I celebrate this great Kenyan Honorable Speaker. During the campaign period, Honorable Speaker, and during the launch of Baba's bid for the AU, at the same time we had a meeting with young legislators across Africa. And I actually took those young legislators to the campaign launch of the Honorable Amolo Odinga at Addis Ababa, Honorable Speaker. I thought I was introducing, as a chairman of the Africa Young Parliamentarians Network, I thought I was introducing these young legislators across Africa to our former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. I was shocked, Madam Speaker. Speaker after speaker, members of parliament across the African continent talked about how Raila Amolo Odinga had mentored them. They talked about personal encounters. They talked about the history that he told them and the commitment he gave them of his support, Honorable Speaker. The encouragement that he gave these young people, that some of them attribute to the positions they hold where they are in their respective Honorable Speaker. And with that, I admired this great Kenyan.
Many honorable members in this house, including young legislators, have been mentored by one Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is a reason that we really need to celebrate. The likes of CPA Mayaka, Honorable Speaker, the likes of nominated senators and members of parliament in this house, Honorable Speaker, as a result of the hands of this great Kenyan. People are saying it is Kenyan, it is the Africa that lost. And I believe it. Because Kenya had a chance of a person who had the vision, the history, and knows where Africa needs to go to in the future. And I'm really hoping that perhaps in the future, there will be another stage, whether in the continent or globally, that Raila Amolo Odinga will get to serve, Honorable Speaker. I miss the days that Kenya was a patriotic country. How we celebrate our athletes when they win in the marathons. We don't care where they come from. We don't care the communities they come from. All we know is that we have a Kenyan carrying a Kenyan flag in a marathon in London, and he has won. A few years ago, we had one of our greatest teachers, a man from Njoro, I think it's called Mr. Tambach, who won a global prize on being the best teacher globally, Honorable Speaker. We were all there congratulating this teacher because he was carrying the Kenyan flag in the global arena, Honorable Speaker. I don't know what happened when it came to Raila Amolo Odinga. And this is a very sad state of affairs in our country. If we continue, yes, of course, by some people, and if we continue this trajectory, Honorable Speaker, we're experiencing a toxicity in the country where any success of anyone else apart from you is demonized. We saw the US government cut funding for US aid. It's their own policy, fine, it's their country, it's their taxes, yes. But Honorable Speaker, the number of, I saw Kenyans celebrate that now those guys who are working with US aid are now jobless. How does it benefit you that someone else is jobless and it is not you who is going to get that job anyway? So, Honorable Speaker, I really wish that we had that patriotism back, where one is Kenyan and they are competing in a global space, in a continental place. We leave all our political differences aside, all our ethnicity aside, all our family issues aside, and support that somebody, because that is a Kenyan, and that should be the Kenyan spirit. With that, I support Honorable Speaker.
Mic is not working. Okay. Yeah, the Honorable Member for Kitui South, Honorable Nyamai.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity to support this motion that has been moved ably by the majority leader and seconded by the minority leader, the biggest cheerleader of the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the Honorable Junet Mohammed. Honorable Speaker, I would like to start by congratulating the President for standing with Baba. He needed his support. He needed him to cheer him on. So we are very grateful for this. Madam Speaker, I would like to say that the Honorable Raila Odinga, when he was going for this position, he knew that it involved 55 countries of this world. And he knew that it was a very competitive position where he required to give his time, his brain, to stand in the international agenda, tell those people who he is, introduce himself to the world at that level. And I would like to congratulate him for that. And thank God for him, Honorable Speaker. Because at the age of 80, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has a sharp mind. He still has the strength to compete with young people, where he came second, and we would like to tell him, keep going, Honorable Raila Odinga, because God has given you the grace. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Raila Odinga has a gift. He has been in leadership for over 30 years. He stood with Honorable Moi. He stood with the Honorable Kibaki. He stood with Uhuruto for 10 years. And now he is working with William Samoei Ruto. Madam Speaker, I would like to say that love him, hate him, Raila Odinga is blessed for his age, for the work that he has done, for the courage that he has shown, for the strength that God has given him. We would only like to say those of us in position, may God give us so many people who are like him, who can put our country to the level that he has. It is not the first time, Honorable Speaker, that Raila Odinga has given himself to lead the continent. In 2018 up to 2023, as the majority leader said, he was the chair of infrastructure and development, the special envoy, and that means that he did not do it for anybody. He did it for this country. The position that he went for was not for himself, it was for us. And I think it is time we love our country, Honorable Speaker. And for anyone who may have celebrated this loss, I think it is important for them to go back and just reflect on what we are doing to our country. This is a position that would have given us a print in the country as Kenya, that having the former Prime Minister leading Africa to ensure that we have peace, to ensure that we have development, and to ensure that we play at the world arena. Honorable Speaker, I would like to congratulate the President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto. It is hard. He had a very tough competition with the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. But for the sake of this country, he has kept everything aside and said that this is the only country we have, this is the place that we live, this is the place where we bring up our children and our grandchildren, and we would like to tell him, Your Excellency, President William Ruto, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, unite this country for us, and we are right behind you, and we'll make sure that we pray for you that everything goes as planned. Honorable Speaker, I would like to say that finally, when the Right Honorable Prime Minister realized that there was going to be a stalemate, he knew the right time to say, stop it. We have a continent that needs proper leadership. And that is the time that he decided to pull back so that he can give an opportunity to the current chair. As we congratulate the current chair, we would like to say, thank you, God, that Right Honorable Raila Odinga was able to be the second. Thank the countries that supported us, and these were our genuine friends, and they remain to be so. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Sarah Korere.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I also want to join my colleagues in congratulating the former Prime Minister in his attempt to vie for the chairmanship of the AUC. And Madam Speaker, I also want to sincerely thank the President of this nation, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, for his statesman and patriotism. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is a man to be remembered for many things, and is a man to be celebrated. Honorable Speaker, if there is one person who have paid the price for democracy in this country, it is the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And is so consistent to an extent for 40 years, more than 40 years, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is still standing for what he believes in, and truly he has proved that what
point of order? Yes.
Madam Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Madam Speaker, we need to be serious and follow the time. We passed in this parliament that we will go for 3 minutes. And because we all want to contribute, why can we stick to 3 minutes? Because some are going for even 5 minutes, Madam Speaker.
I think when the substantive speaker was here, he asked the House whether we do 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Most people said 5, and then he said, let's start with 5 and see how it's moving. So is it your suggestion?
Okay, so tumeweza kuwasikiza wale wabunge, and actually wanaendelea kuongea, they're going to continue to speak. So sababu tumetoka, it means that they're not there, they're there speaking. Sawa.
Yeah.
So ningependa nimpe Bwana Felix, let us start with you, Mr. Lewis. Sindio?
Yeah.
A moment and then I'm going to go there with some comments.
Okay, so we have heard how those guys in the parliament have vied for his excellence, his right honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. They have said that he is a great man and nobody should be happy of him losing. He has not lost the war. He might have lost the battle, but he won the war. So
he won the war.
Yeah, he won the war.
So what do you really mean by saying that he won the war?
That is a phrase that is.
I heard someone say here that this guy is so strong to compete with young people. So he won the war.
Yeah, he won the war.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are free. Continue.
Okay. So and one more thing is that the fact that he lost does not mean that it's the end of him. He will respond, and as I said earlier, he will come back more troublesome, and he will cause more mayhem. That is what we I as a Kenyan,
yes,
over those years have known Raila. That is what I expect. Sasa atatulia kiasi, atarudi. Tutamsikia tena. Sisi watu tumezoea kamera, tukikaa bila kuona kamera. Hata kama haitatupiga picha, bora tu tuione. Tuone kamera tu somewhere. We need that.
I have a question. There is somebody who was trying to show how. Okay, that person was against Gachagua, right? And some of the information that Gachagua could sometimes share. What will you say, Lewis? There's somebody who was trying to repel. He was against Gachagua over those misaders that could come from US. Yes, but I'm fire up by trying maybe to respond back to Gachagua.
Okay. They are members of parliament, so they do something. They know that they have freedom of speech. So kama mebonga on the allegations that Gachagua is laughing when the US aids zimetolewa, then he has spoken. He has spoken out of anger because that is not something unafaa ufurahie. And even the Bible says, do not be happy about your enemy's misfortunes. Yeah. Even the singer sang, usifurahi juu yangu, oh adui yangu.
Now make it. It's okay. Unajua Zulfa anaongea hivyo kunichoshea, right?
Nimesema adui.
Acha kwanza. Ametumia very patronizing voice and sounding. Yenye inanichochea. Haina shida bro. Haina shida man. Siku hizi niko peke yangu studio, but niko na imani one day. Anyway bro, you were talking about something.
I was singing.
Yeah, you were singing, but unajua Zulfa ananipeleka mbio, but haina shida.
Basi usifurahi juu yangu, adui yangu ni yangu mimi nitafusimama tena. Yeah, so Adui anafurahi because we are going down. Yeah, according to those allegations.
Allegation of Mr. Gachagua.
Yeah, anafurahia because the aids zimekatwa.
Inabaki ya kwamba there's something kuna nini zimeget leaked.
Yeah, texts. Yeah.
Zanini.
Have them za WhatsApp group.
Zanini.
Yeah, Mr. Gachagua celebrate the downfall of Mr.
Ruto.
Mr.
Raila.
Tutajuaje ni zake?
because things are AI generated these days. Sawa. So I'm not saying that ni zake.
Ndio maana tunatumia the word allegations.
And allegations.
Yeah.
So
allegations.
So this allegations. Is allegations nasema ya kwamba hey, do I take my phone and start reading?
No, don't.
I'll get distracted. No, the thing is I should. Okay, producer anasema I should get them and read it.
Okay.
Ama zingine tu producer angetuwekea pia si tuzione.
Nini hiyo?
Hizo allegations. Zinaweza wekwa?
No problem. If you are free, you know.
Yeah. Ndio kila mtu
aelewe. It's okay.
Zulfa, zinaweza fikia producer. Zinaweza fikia producer.
Oh, anataka nimtumie?
Yeah, ndio watuwekea hapo divide screen upate pia si ukisoma pia si tunaona.
Yeah.
But if they are secret.
Yeah, because someone who sent me this, Sawa, I'm gonna be putting them in a tough spot. But the thing is, apparently, squeezy, as we've said. Let me tell you, if I wanna mess your life, Sawa, I could just take your photo and someone else's photo and make them even kiss or do anything I want. AI inatua.
Kabisa.
Sawa. Kabisa. I will generate anything I want. Anything at all. So mimi sita sema kwamba zile vitu ni for real, sawa? But apparently inabaki kwamba there are people who are celebrating the downfall of that man, sawa? Do you think there's anyone who celebrates because the Gen Zs? Because the Gen Zs actually and genuinely didn't want that person to win.
I think they are the only ones. Yeye na Gen Z.
Nani na Gen Z? Gachagua supported Nani at the last minute.
Raila?
Yes.
At the last minute?
Yes.
Because he knew the threat. He knows he's a threat.
Who's a threat?
Raila is always a threat.
Right now I think the only threat we see is Gachagua. Anafanya watu walali huko ile mtaa.
I'm sure. Unajua Raila akisimama wote watatoroka Gachagua. Waende kwa Raila. Raila akiamua. Politics, my dear. No, this is very dirty. Akiamua kukua against the government, everybody.
Babe, I don't think.
See, I'm telling you, politics.
The only voice that we trust, not we, that the Kenyan people trust, that the Kenyan people trust, is Getungati's. Getungati's voice not tunasikiza.
Unajua, Raila anaweza simama, akwe against the government, aseme Gachagua was in the government for 2 years. Sindio? Aulizwe, what was he doing during those 2 years if he was noticing that what he's now calling injustices? You know? So right now you're telling me that Raila school is means peace to Gachagua. No. He came to realize that Raila akiamua kuvuruga everything, he will.
What can he vuruga now? What can he vuruga now? Back then, he used to be the only person who knows really what is going on.
Simamanga uliza Gachagua hizo miaka mbili amekuwa akiangalia injustice kwa nini? Atasema aje?
Yeye mbona hizo miaka zote amekuwa akiangalia injustice na ananyamaza?
Si anaongeanga na and then
he talks.
Yeah, he talks. Yeah, who talks.
Has he ever mentioned names?
He just threatens.
Getungati said, sawa, na isije kabaki kama ambaye I'm saying now. Sawa. He said, Flani, you're doing this, and Flani, you're doing that, and that, and this Shah, and that, naming names. And that is what we want. Name the names so that we can know how we're going to deal with these people. Either way, let me tell you right now, Raila is that person. Obviously, is going to remain to be that person. Sawa. And tuweza sema ati Mr. Rigathi Gachagua amekuja juzi. Si ndio? But I think akona hii stuff. Ni mnoma.
Yeah, and on that part, he's mentioning names ndio aonekane ako serious. Does Raila need to mention names? The Raila akisema there is something going on. This is going on.
Akisema
we are like
akisema then akisema
No,
akisema
what I'm trying to say
si
right
last
now.
time alisema fertilizer inatoka sijui wapi na piano bure. Tunakuja kuuziwa. See, it came from 3K to nothing, right? To free. Right now, some places zinapata fertilizer free.
Bro, so what is your point?
My point is, Gachagua knows Raila is walking chaos, walking mayhem. So alimsupport the last minute because alikuwa anakumbuka akirudi the mayhem that will be caused will even shake him. It will shake everyone. All the opposition when you are behind Gachagua watatorokea kwa Raila.
True.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is.
So okay, acha malize kuongea. Ama unataka kusema nini Zolf?
Yeah, nimemaliza.
Ulikuwa unasema nini Zolf? Kuna kitu yenye ulikuwa unajaribu kusema.
Ukinikatizaga kitu I forget.
Pole, try to. Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is, so you're saying that Gachagua supporting Mr. Raila for the last minute.
Yeah.
Another kwa support kama Mkenya mwenzie. Why do you have to make it to becomes like such a political thing, or wamekaa wamefikiria kwa like and that and that and that and that?
There is this fellow journalist alisema her name is Jamila Mohammed from Citizen. Alisema there is no coincidence in politics. Hakuna.
I used to tell Felix that actually.
There is no what?
Hakuna coincidence in politics.
Hakuna coincidence.
By mistake gari ya fulani ilipata accident, fulani akitoka.
You know
that imepangwa. Ama fulani akaenda na mwingine akarudi, ama ndege kaanguka mahali by bad coincidence ama bad luck. Hakuna. No, in politics hakuna.
So chochote chenye kina happen kitu yenye iko kupangwa.
Yeah.
I wish you could justify that statement, bro.
It is very evident.
Justify your statement, please, if you don't mind. Azulfa,
okay.
Will you mind if you justify that statement?
Okay. There was a time when Mr. Wuru went to Kalonzo's daughter. I forget her name. So, but I know she was getting married to someone called Martin. So now I said,
yes.
So, were you here then?
Yeah, I was.
I said that this thing wacha kuchukulia hivyo lightly, that eti tu Uhuru ameamka akaenda eti sababu ni rafiki yake. Yes, it could be that. Sawa. But atuata pictures za bibi harusi. We are seeing Uhuru and this one and Mr. Kalonzo. Uhuru and Mr. Kalonzo harusi ni ya sawa. And it's not that wanapigwa picha na huyu mdada. So everything they do ni move. Sometimes ika create kitu ya is Uhuru endorsing nini Kalonzo Gikuyu na Wakamba wameshikana, and then I get a call from someone from Kalonzo's place and they're like, there's this thing called Zwini game wasui wa Gikuyu Wakamba Wakisii wanani wanashikana, unaona, and all this and all this and all this. So everything they do, every small thing they do. Hata ukisikia kijiko, apparently kuna kijiko kilianguka kwa State House nini.
Yeah, kama ilianguka chini ya meza kuna mtu alikuwa
they have all the
anaingia.
power to tell people scrap it.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw how Miss Kibaki used to deal with this thing.
Kabisa.
So they have the power to say like, nah, hiyo isitoke nje. Hiyo hii baki. Kumbuka they are the government.
Yeah.
Na mkono wa serikali ni mrefu. Yeah.
Speaking of Kibaki's power, Felix, you'll forgive me, but I'll have to attack you today.
It's okay, bro. Mimi nimezoea kuatakiwa. So don't worry.
When Mama Lucy thought that Kibaki was cheating.
I remember that.
You remember?
I even did that challenge.
Alisimama akaambia taifa Kibaki mwenyewe akaambia taifa mzima
address it,
addressing the whole country,
emergency press,
that there is no other woman,
and Kibaki was
in
oh my God,
his life.
I had that clip.
Sawa, uko nayo?
I
Felix,
had it.
hakuna mwanamke mwingine kwa maisha yake. Ni Mama Lucy peke yake.
Na ndio huyu hapa, this is my wife.
Yeah, and nobody else.
Yes. And then the wife was like, Kibaki akasema kama kuna mtu akona swali lingine aulize. And then she was like, she took the mic like, sawa?
Yeah.
You either ulize sai ama you keep quiet forever.
Yeah.
This is the same lady who went to KTN. It was just KTN. Akaslap journalist. I think that was a journalist that had
posted rumors of another wife, another woman.
Let me read the comments pale, sawa?
Utaanza juu ama utaanza chini?
Yeah.
Utaanza juu ama?
Kuna nini?
Juu.
Yeah?
Uko juu kabisa.
Why you saying that? It's manga tu from juu.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
There was some motion here. Start anywhere.
I won't even read that. Sawa? Kuna Kim anasema, sawa?
Those who are fake, I don't know.
Those who are fake
rumors. Okay, my point
to sawa ilikuwa fake.
Yeah.
Then kuna Kateja anasema tusikuwe divided na politics.
Thank you, bro.
People are political cousins. Woo! We never seen anything from them. Akasema after all wanakulanga nyama choma pamoja usiku. That is
very true.
That is true. Let me tell you, unapata ndo maana you person akikaa fighting ama analipwa ku fight. I don't know. Sawa?
Yeah, he might.
Unakaa upiganie nini? You will never find me defending like at here. Ukini convince yako hivyo.
Yeah.
Because you know what? These people unasikia like Kikuyu, and yesterday even Kim said you said that, and then mtoto wa Raila mwenyewe I marry Mkikuyu.
Imagine.
What is that? There was this kitambo back, nakumbuka there's this teacher of mine of this who used to come with the gazettes and show us clips. Sawa? Back in 2018, sawa? I remember like he came with sijui wakina nani, sijui mtoto wa Raila na sijui wa Kibaki ama ni Uhuru. They drank kwa place moja more than $1 million in one place.
Wow.
More than $1 million in one place. Na unasikia how now unasikia ti Uhuru, I don't sijui kama ni Kibaki ama ipoga ni mtoto wa Uhuru, but they were drinking with Raila's children. Sawa? So these people, umesikia Kateja amesema they drink the same place, wanakulania sahani moja. Ni sisi hapa vinyangarika sie tunapigania hapa chini, you break your legs, unavunjika, unafanywa vitu mbaya ukipigania Raila ambaye saizi hata kuja kukuona, ukipigania Gachagua, ukipigania sijui Ruto, ukipigania sijui who, and these people don't even know you. Utakufa tu. Sema?
Kabisa.
Utakufa?
Utakufa vibaya wewe. Utakufa vibaya wewe.
Bado utakufa vibaya sana. Let me tell you, kama wale ambao apparently tulisikia walilipwa kumuua the president of Omolo, the youth president of Molo in is it Nakuru? Yes. And ikabaki ya kwamba they were paid, they were Gen Zs who were paid. Let me tell you, those Gen Zs wanalipwa pesa ngapi
kuchukua uhai?
Let me tell you, wanabewa
na by the way a human life no man will ever purchase. Unajua ingekuwa human life can be purchased, hata wangelipwa tungesema tunaweza jaribu turudisha. But pesa ngapi hizo you guys mnazafikiria?
Mnashikwa na mkishikwa huyo mtu ambaye aliowatuma, sawa? Ako like, you know what? Amtamuona hapo.
Yeah.
And your life ends there.
Kabisa.
You want to say it if, for example, if I'm the president, it ni Zulfa alinituma nikuja Zulfa Kuyu.
Ulikuwa na yeye
Zulfa Kuyu.
Mlionana wapi?
Mimi na Zulfa mlipatana wapi? And your life ends there. So when you're here fighting for, I don't know, you're fighting for who or fighting for who, you should be fighting for Kenya. Be like Adedan Kimathi. Adedan Kimathi was not fighting for Kikuyu. I'm not fighting for Jomo Kenyatta. He was fighting for Kenya. For Wehaki. What's that thing?
Yeah.
Tema.
Wehaki.
It was, and freedom. Wehaki is the freedom.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, he fought for two things. For independence. Tell me independence in your language. Someone who knows. He was fighting either way for that. Sawa? He wasn't fighting for this leader. Wajua nataka after this huyu. No, he was fighting for this. And if like Kenyans tukuje tujue that these people ni familia moja. Unakuja unasikia eti huyu, I was talking to someone, and they're like, unacheki huyo ni kazi ni Uhuru but pale. Nisijui ni nani wa Raila uko ako pale. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
This is like ile government ni kama mtu ambaye si wa royal blood. Sawa? Ni less people, but ni distant cousin. Ni yule wa yule. Ni yule wa yule. These people are one. Okay? Wana ni script. If you did you see nani etangwaje ule mtu Morara? Morara did like something. Did is it Mokaya? Mokaya is this like Kisi young Gen Z, sawa? Alina pale TikTok alifanya that clip. And that clip, sawa, was like, you know what? These people even maybe even cramming these things. Sawa, anakaa inabaki wewe cheki bro, utabongea hivi na mimi then mimi nikuja niseme hivi na hivi. So when you people we are here fighting and killing each other, na amka hapa leo mimi nakaa na kuja na kuchapa sababu umesema ati Raila this and Raila that, na mimi niko like nigga shags, and then I come I stab you, I come I hit you because what? Why is it personal? And I'm telling people it is not personal. What should be personal we should defend. The way we defend KOT defends Kenya.
Yeah.
It should be
personal.
Unasema nini? It should be
Wait a minute. KOT nini?
KOT. Unasema nini kwanza?
Mimi nasema personal. Sasa mimi unasema KOT defense Kenya huko nje. KOT hizo.
Kenya on Twitter. Oh my God. KOT is uliposikia Lewis fellow like kwambia that Kenya tuko na defense forces online. Sino KOT.
Kenyans on Twitter.
But you just kuzo naitwa aje KOX. I don't know.
Yeah, Kenyans on X. Anyway, so
what am I trying to say? They defend Kenya. Like mimi niko na confidence naweza ndata kutusi. No, si kutusi. Naweza ndata kuchokoza hata I'm going to say who, even the queen, the king.
Yeah, the king of England.
Kuchokoza knowing that KOT will be here. So they don't say it we are a bongo yoni mkikuyu ata mwenda kumdefend. They say that is a Kenyan person.
Yeah.
So let us be like that.
But mimi nitachokozana. Mimi ndaenda kuchokozana.
I don't know I'm going to chokoza. Like I want to chokoza someone. I want to chokoza Jericho Rosales.
Mimi ilichokoza.
Sasa unajua like there is something my brother was trying to talk.
Yeah, I was
akasema
trying to tell you about Lucy. So my point to that was you
me.
Yeah, you.
Me Felix.
Yeah, you Felix.
Yes.
Here. Kuna hiyo kamera inakuangalia.
Yes.
You are the one responsible for praising your queen. Nobody else. Upo. Do not give me those eyes. I am speaking from as somebody who has got it. That is what Kibaki taught us. You are the one. Ndio in case asikie kutoka huko hivyo, asikie kutoka kwingine ati something else is going on with you and somebody else. Atakuamini wewe because you praise him huku. You don't give somebody else. Mtu mwingine akimpraise and you only say a few words. All those many words saying how beautiful, saying that she owns Africa. You are the one to say that.
It is your responsibility.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility. You always look at me when I say that.
Yeah, it is
your
responsibility.
It is your responsibility.
So
nimemsifu nikaambiwa nitagongewa.
It's okay. Now this is my question.
Huyu anasema Mr. Kimu anasema Kateja very true. Jerry Sapa niko Kasongo. Mimi nacheka at Kateja sawa. Johnny Sapa is kwa Kasongo. Do you get that?
Yeah. Kwa nini?
Yeah. Sawa.
Yeah.
So basically what Kim pale anaongeza ni ya kwamba sawa, these people are one.
Yeah.
And we should be one.
Kabisa.
Like it should be nikisema hivyo nasema kidogo ndakujiwa. Sawa. So let me say sawa, basically sawa, let us be one as they are one.
Yeah.
Una understand?
Yeah.
One as they are one. Without like you know you're measuring the words that you say. right now.
Yeah, right now you are
ndani because we are trying to preach peace in one Kenya.
Yeah.
In one Kenya.
Yeah.
So, who's Kenya Kwanza? Tell me about Kenya Kwanza.
Kenya Kwanza is the ruling party.
Is it Kenya Kwanza as in meaning one Kenya? Ama
first.
Kenya
first. Kenya first.
Okay. KK.
Yeah. Kenya comes first.
But does it come first though? Ama tulikuwa tunajina hilo.
If you ask me, I'm a political, but right now I'm vying for PS. So I will say it is true, which might not be the truth. Let's continue. So
unajua mimi let me tell you the truth. Kuna kitu yenye yule ndugu yangu alijaribu kuzungumzia kuhusiana na kuonyesha how these people maybe have got some of the differences before us, but behind the curtain wako pamoja, sivyo?
Yeah, they're always
then why do you think maybe those coincidences zenye ulijaribu ku address zina happen na maybe kama wanakula pamoja? What happens then hadi zinakuja?
That question actually. So kuna Obed ndani. Hi Obed anasema ya kwamba
thank you. Unaona hiyo comment yenye nataka kukusoma my sister? Imejustify kitu yenye niliwauliza. Umewahi ona mtu akitoka Karen akipaki gari anaanza kukimbizana na watu hapo hivyo wakiinua hizo nini? You will never see.
Okay.
Watu wenye wanalimana hapa ni akina Lewis, sawa? Na akina Zulfa na wale wengine. Unanielewa? Someone coming maybe to park a car somewhere there ndio maybe bro, let me tell you, not easy.
But nani bibi
comment. Obeda is saying good evening my fellow Kenyans.
Good evening fellow Kenyans.
This time we need to reason together as Kenyans.
Definitely.
To vote out a government. It is time for all Kenyans to come together. We are united against bad governance. Then kuna Kateja anasema walai sisi poa Kenyans ndio tunapigania kwa ground. Yes!
Si ndio nasema?
Yeah. Unapata
ndio nasema. So wewe my brother, you said that you really need to see President Ruto if possible. Akupe nini?
Ani fanya PS.
Thank you. Let me tell you the truth. That will be, unaona, the moment utajipata hapo, that will be the moment utakuja kuelewa what is really happening. Bro, utarudi waambie watu wacheni kubweka kwa barabara, rudini kwa nyumba zenu mfanye vitu zingine. But that is not now.
I don't want to know that. I just want to serve Kenyans as a very great Kenyan. Serve Kenyans as a PS.
Let me tell you the again because uliambiwa mpaka sawa uliambiwa mpaka ukaambiwa you're not asking that for Kenyans.
I'm asking for Kenyans. I am a Kenyan.
Let me tell you right now,
I am a patriot.
This poem that I wrote back in high school. So that poem was like this, and it is inakujibu ilo swali. So that poem was, when I ask you, sawa, how did your cat die? And I'm shocked. Si sababu about your cat, it's about, will my cat die the same way? If you tell me that your mom usually sleep even in it's not about you if I'm crying. It's about me. So what am I trying to say? I am trying. I am trying to say when you say you want to become a PS. Let me say you're not saying it for the Kenyans.
Kenyans. I am saying it for
you're
you.
Saying it.
I go to church. I don't lie.
You are saying it for you. Let me tell you. Ulisema hivyo after one mtu alipwa 700k. That when you said I want to become a PS.
So that I can assist people. So that I can assist people.
Zulfa.
Mbona ulingoja mpaka ukaona huyu mtu analipwa 700,000? That's when you're like, you know, oh my God.
I want to help people. People wanajua their
Nisikize, ulingoja ukaona they are being paid 700,000. That's when you were like, you know what? Oh, I can become a PS. So what? You're doing it for yourself.
No, I'm not doing it for myself. I am doing it for Kenyans.
Out here.
Kenyans, if I become a PS, it will be for
right
you.
Now, declare and say, when I become a PS, I don't want any salary. There was this.
Okay. Afanye charity work.
This moment as we finish, kuna mtu ni mkubwa wa bank gani, sawa? And that person salary yake yote ilikuwa inatoka inaenda for charity. I'm forgetting the name of that Gikuyu, sawa? The first sawa? That person used to give his entire salary out. That one naweza sema kidogo bado amekanja. Sijui alikuwa amekanja aje because at the same time anapata salary apparently. But when you do something, even when someone like Raila is going out there, sawa, personally achievement kwake. When itabaki eti ni Kenya ilikuwa na AUC, itabaki Mr. Raila. When it will go down in history, it will go like Mr. Raila. Sawa? When someone becomes president, it doesn't go, you know what, Kenya became president, it says Zulfa became president.
First
so it is
president.
It's for me.
Zulfa,
yes?
Thank you. Unajua before tukatiwe naona hapa producer ameanza kucomplain. Huyu ndugu yangu aliniambia eti ni mruhusu aniingilie na sikukataa sivyo?
Yeah.
So bro, please if you don't mind.
Ile kuhusu African Queen.
Yes?
Nilikuwa namwambia
ilieleweka sawa? Ilieleweka. Sasa pia mimi ninataka niongee kidogo. Zulfa.
Yes.
Lewis alisema like when you are proud of somebody,
oh my God,
if possible ni utumie mfano wa Kibaki ku praise the person.
I used Kibaki's
example to tell me
you are the one responsible of praising them, telling them how you love them, telling them how magnificent they are to you.
So will you allow me to tell the person in public the way Kibaki did?
My dear brother, the floor is yours.
So are you sure you will be so good with it?
I will be looking at
why is my sister facing the wall?
You know, I just want to give you
why my sister is facing the wall?
Unasema tunakuangalia vibaya. Yeah.
And I might frown.
Yeah.
And my face, okay, let me tell you.
Anaweza soma comment hapo.
Let me tell you, I cannot hide.
Anaweza salimiwa hapo na mtu kwa comment. Ukiongea udhani akikasirika amekukasirikia wewe.
No, let me tell you, I cannot hide an attitude to say.
I know.
Mimi naionyesha tu directly. So that person who said that it was jina gani kama
Zulfa, unaweza niambia mbona umegeuka, umeturn around?
Sababu I might frown. I might say sawa, ona ananiangalia. Ana face huku.
So unataka uface huko?
Yeah.
Unajua you people mulini challenge. Si mulini challenge. Zulfa, come back my sister. Come back my sister. I want you to be back. I want you to be back. You know I love you guys, right?
I love you too.
You know I love you. Wait, you are.
Wait. You know I respect you, I adore you, I love you guys, and sometimes I can take in your words, right? Right?
Yes.
And you decided to challenge me if possible. So you were saying, bro, let me tell you, I'm psychologically mature, na literature I'm good, right?
Very good.
So let me tell you this. You challenged me that if possible, I'm supposed to bring the person mumuone, right?
No. My point
was
no. See mulini challenge. You challenged me. No, wait.
Because the moment you said that, Zulfa, I know someone that is more beautiful than you, and that's okay.
Usilete hiyo story kwanza.
That's okay. When you said that, and then you were like, I would show you. So you challenge yourself. But you know what? It's good.
It's good.
To show your person out there. Show them.
Now,
wait.
Not that umlete. Kumleta that will be you willingly. Because
mimi
or Zulfa pushed you.
Wait.
My point was wewe ndio unafaa umsifie. Si lazima akwe. Wewe umsifie. Yeah.
Felix.
Yeah. Umsifie.
Mimi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Umsifie wewe. Asikie kutoka kwa mdomo chako.
Ni wakati wako baba.
Not asikie kutoka kwa mdomo cha Zulfa. Mdomo cha Zulfa ni cha kunisifia mimi. Akikosa na anamkasirikia na nakosa kumpikia ama na nakosa kumpeleka out on weekend.
Sasa
changu ni cha kusifia Zulfa.
Sasa nataka tu niwaonyeshe sababu kubwa, si hata mbali na kuonyesha, pia nataka niwafanye mjue. I want you guys to understand why I could use the
Either of us.
No. All the terminologies that I could use maybe to describe that lady.
Okay.
Right? Zulfa, are you ready to see something?
Utamweka kwa nini?
Huh?
Utamweka hapo?
Are you ready to see somebody? Wait, are you ready to see somebody?
We are.
Are you eager or you are just mocking me?
Mweke hapo kama
demi yangu nilikuwa eager.
Ati?
Ingekuwa demi yangu nilikuwa eager, is not my girlfriend so.
So what is your point, my sister?
It is not my girlfriend.
It is not her.
Okay.
That's my point.
Sasa, let me just show you.
Mweka hapo, kimako hapo.
Haina shida. Kim anafanya, mbona unainterpret Kim vibaya? Unajua bro, mimi nimekuwa rafiki ya Kim for a long time. Why are you interpreting
Kim? Kim is my friend.
Yeah.
Kim.
But I know him better than you.
Yeah, sawa.
Yeah, so don't. Zulfa.
Umeanza kupigania Kim.
Mimi nasema Kim is a lover of beauty. Unaona?
Okay.
Yeah, so Kim ako hapo, atakucompliment kidogo.
I thought that you were going to
Time. Yesterday I missed my meeting. I can't miss.
Wacha niwaonyeshe. I can't show the face, right? But I wanna show you something that can confirm to you yani kitu yenye itaonyesha hata hata bila kuona uso. Unaona? Hata bila kuona uso.
I think that is the answer.
Wait, hata bila kuona uso. Bro. I want to look at your screen, right?
Mine is zero there.
No.
Yeah.
I want to look at your screen, right? Bro, that will that wait.
I wanna go. You know, yesterday I missed a meeting. It's a very important meeting, man.
Yeah.
Wait.
So,
look at your screen.
Sawa, look at your screen.
That will explain. Angalia.
Nimesema nini?
Kamera iko kwa ndani.
Siko kwangu. Yo, sorry.
I knew. And if I could want to like mbona hamna ring? Babes ona, mbona hamna ring kwenye kile kitu?
Ring. Look at me. Ring. Look at me. Look at me, guys. Look at me, guys.
We are. Tunakuona.
Hiyo si ya AI, hiyo si ya artificial intelligence. Ukiangalia vizuri hiyo ni kamera ya simu, right? Yeah, so ring haiko hapo. Sawa? Haiko hapo. A very sweet and strong confirmation that our ring will be
a very beautiful hand indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but sasa imekosa tu ring.
Sasa unataka ikae na ring hapo hivyo na unaelewa vizuri sana like harusi bado. Harusi ni soon.
How do you feel in your heart?
I feel good.
Tuone uso sasa.
But let me tell you, Sawa, I can attest.
Come back.
Damn, darling, I can attest to this. Sawa. I don't need to speak and say Zulfa kwenye ile mrengo mwingine. Sawa. But that bitch is beautiful.
You know her?
That bitch is beautiful. Yeah? I know that she doesn't belong to him. But I know.
To give somebody a bomb.
Ati bad on yourself.
To face me as I say this. I know, Sawa.
She does not belong to him. I give you.
Wait. She doesn't. Wait.
Married. Ata kumpea. Sawa. This woman.
Philip.
Yes.
Listen. I want to get to hear what she's trying to say.
She doesn't belong to this person. Sawa.
Yes.
this person is just obsessed
Yes.
with this lady.
Yes.
I can understand why you're obsessed. Sawa? Because she's strikingly, magnificently, exquisitely,
extravagantly, gloriously, super
beautiful, like fucking beautiful. And excuse my French. That woman, and let me tell you, Shaz, Sawa, you're a beautiful goddess. Oh my God. For a moment there.
Karibu akubendisha.
For a moment, no. the way I'm obsessed with other things. Sawa? But kama ni mbaya kubali. Kama ni noma. That lady, sawa, is those ladies that speak and they're just like, oh my God, just speak. Sawa? Because
wow, she is beautiful. Okay,
for a moment there I was wishing like, damn.
Tungezaliwa wewe mwanaume tu.
No, I was wishing my brothers weren't married.
Oh boy.
Take you bro. My brothers, in fact,
This is my question.
My brother, and I was like, you know what, Sawa, there's this lady, Unona, just graduated from whatever, he's a surgeon, Sawa. And I'm like,
surgeon?
Yeah. So I'm like, what? Do you? It's like, no, nishapata, so it's good. So I was like, to miss hii kitu. I would have loved to have sister-in-law. She's Felix just pray the one day, Sawa, she atakugez, Sawa. I forgot to say that she is sun-kissed. Sawa, unsha sun-kissed.
Yeah.
Wait,
she's good.
Wait, Lewi.
Yeah.
Sikia vile Zulfa ananiambia that I pray hard. Please, will you pardon your statement?
Let me pardon my statement. You pray hard.
Yes.
Sawa, the one day.
Yes.
Kidogo tu for a moment.
Yes.
Akipita.
Yes.
Akadhiro kagez hivi kidogo.
Yes.
Akuangalie.
Si akuone amwangalie through a gaze.
You just like, you know. Sawa, you just pray the one day.
For moments like this I usually love I love you.
Let me tell you. Shaz is that bitch. And anasema tena, sawa? That lady is beautiful, sawa? Mimi nakuombea jamani mkaka, ndakusomea mpaka na dua, sawa? But that lady
si wako.
That lady mimi namtaka akue na mtu kama say. So,
yaani ile kusifia yote tumeambiwa tumsifie.
Mimi in fact I didn't know that time that he was speaking about Shaz. Sawa? Ningejua he was speaking about Shaz, ningekusaidia kumpraise. Sawa? Ningekusaidia kupraise ile dada.
I am very furious.
Lewi, Philip, can you sit proper? You are okay. Zulfa.
Yes?
So hayo yote ndio umeweza kuniambia?
Namtakia mtu kama
Nani? Nani?
Mtuma amemari?
Mtuma? Niko mtuma, yeah, I think.
No, I think akona baby mama.
Baby mama?
Yeah.
Sawa.
Namtakia mtu kama nani?
Niko mtuma.
Body is kinda sawa. Who else? Mtu kama Othman. Sawa.
Hey.
Othman. And Othman is my friend. Sawa. So I would be like, you know what, Othman?
That is this.
Let me organize this.
Hey.
Let me tell you, Shaz. She wait.
Like for now.
Shazi Othman is the shit. Sawa.
Babe,
Othman, yeah.
For now, wachia Felix. Let Felix. Let Felix.
Awezani. Felix huyu mdem for almost now. I'm gonna say when Shaz started commenting here, like I'm gonna say last year. Sawa. And I've been here. Even me myself, I came here out here and I was like, you know what? This is. But Felix akutupa like, you know. Mimi ndume. Unajua like lazima nipeleke hizo mambo slow. Unapeleka slow kwa nani? Babu utapata ashaenda. Chelea utapata nini? Mtoto si wako.
Mtoto si wako, mwana si wako.
Ni mtoto wewe, mwana ndo huyo. Lakini huyu ni mwana.
Yeah, huyu mwana. Huyu mwana.
Huyu ni mwana.
Urembo kuliko tausi.
Oh my God.
Angaza macho kama jua la jioni.
Nini?
Upanga. Hey!
Tabasamu la nini? You see how we're complimenting that lady that you want.
Okay.
Now you couldn't even compliment her the way you're complimenting her.
Let me question you.
Let me tell you.
Let me question you. Lewis.
Yes.
So I could, you know, I can call them allegation, right? So Zulfa, the best gift you can tell me is that asahau angalia. Anyway, can I tell you the truth? Even if I can turn a madman right now, nobody will ever change me to be a different person. Say mimi ni Felix, right? Bro, let me tell you the truth. You will never change Felix to be Adrian, right? So wacha nikuambie. Kama umemkubali na umemsifia hivyo, I really appreciate, right? I really appreciate, right? Na amesema bro, nisikize, unajua sasa kama uwezi nipea rhyme ya kuongea, you will never maybe understand what is in my mind. So bro, kama Zulfa amemsifia hivyo, hadi akadevelop ile interest ya kuanza kuimagine eti yako na brother somewhere else, that is totally out of the point. How can you think about somebody even you don't know that your brother ndiye anafaa kupara mtu kama huyo? Another thing, huyo msichana unadhani ana akili? Ana akili? Unadhani msichana ana akili ya kufikiria na kujichagulia?
Felix, kamera iniangalia. What is the name of the girl? Shaz. This is Lewis. And Lewis is saying these two people, huyu anasema ni wako, ule anasema wila si wako, huyu anasema ule akujui. So I want to know you personally. I am married to her, so nothing much, so that I can tattoo this, because this is now becoming an issue.
Let me tell you,
tunakuoza na inasemekana umeozwa.
Unamuoza kana nani? Bro, huyu ameniandarate. Sikiza, ameniandarate, anasema like sijui huyu msichana anafaa mtu mwingine tofauti. Let me ask you.
No, Felix, let me tell you.
Zulfa, do you remember the 500 rabbits?
Leo ameuliza swali.
Nitapunguza.
Wewe kwenda.
Nitapunguza bro.
Ameuliza swali. Sawa? Ameuliza swali. Ameuliza hivi, sawa? Where this began. Let me give you history. The good thing is I'm an actress and kujua history, because you must scrap these papers, sawa? You must know.
I need
let me give you details. So on the 5th of January, and please someone correct me if I'm wrong, I have mpaka receipts. On the 5th of January, we had like a debate here, sawa, ya maandamano. Hapa
yenye nilikuwa.
So what is your point? Check you mtu.
I'm getting my history lesson.
Lakini unaona before maybe anza kuinarrate, before anza kuinarrate, I never knew that this person is so jealous. Sasa wakati unasema eti anifai anafaa sijui ni nani?
Si jealous, sikiza babu, sitaki kidogo hapo washanganye watu.
Hapana dada, wachoma.
Kuna mkono wa dada, ngoja nikupe history. Ngoja nikupe history. On the 5th of January.
Zulfa kubali. Lakini sasa uzuri bro, nini mke wako ama manzi yako ama yeyote vile unaweza muita ashakubali bro. Na haezi chagulia msichana mwingine mwenye ako so innocent eti bwana. Whatever upata hata like seriously, kwani unajua test yake? Haya ndio test yake kwa kamera.
I know his test yake si wewe. That is what I know.
Nimetamani kujua. Cheki. Wewe. Angalia. Bro, wait. I think the camera is on your side, right?
Oh, it's on my side.
So you.
Me.
Yes. Wait. You, the beautiful one, right? You wewe ndio mwambie rudi vizuri. Yes. You mwenye uko kwa kamera, the beautiful one.
Yeah, the beautiful one is me.
She said that you are her type. Right?
Yeah.
So wewe ni type yake. Sasa kwanza umesikia huyu msichana akijaribu kusema eti wewe si type yake, mbona yeye anaingilia msichana mwingine kwanza?
Wewe si type yake. Kama Lewis type.
Ulisikia msichana wangu akisema Lewis type yako?
Mbona nakataa ni history?
Let
me give the history.
History unapeana ni ya nini? History yenye unapeana ni ya nini?
5 minutes we go.
5 minutes each and
so on the 5th of January this year, so we're having this mandamano, and let me tell you, it was like they might be mandamano, and then these people are commenting, so and in fact I'm gonna tell you that many people that are right now our fans, that's when they came, so this person Shazi text. Remember, I was the one who was reading in it. And Shazi says she's from Sugoi. I will not forget she said. Sarah, she's the one in fact who informed us about
wewe wacha kusaliti msichana wangu. Unamsaliti nini sasa? Must you tell the people that where?
Because I didn't know that Sugoi ni wapi. Sawa. Shame on me for that. But kwa nafaa kujua Sugoi ni wapi.
Unafaa ujue uko Kenya, wewe ni Mkenya. Nitakupeleka date kwa
Lewis. Lewis. My gorgeous lady said that she's from Kenya. Si Sugoi. Sugoi ni wapi? Nani anajua Sugoi?
I can quote exactly.
Wow. It's YouTube. The chats are still there. They're only
no, it wasn't YouTube. It was on WhatsApp.
It was
yes. So and then she says she's the one who said, actually she's the one who said Kim ni mtoto wa fulani fulani ashashikwa.
You people, okay, Zulfa wewe, I'll never share anything with you.
I have nothing. One thing I know,
you remember that?
As somebody who fixes love. I fix love of all genders.
Let me ask you a very simple question. Yeah? Hata saa hii tukikosana na wewe, unaweza kuja uanze kunichongoa kwa watu vile ulipata nyumba yangu ni chafu?
Hapana.
Like seriously, that was a confidential information she struck.
Kama yeye mwenyewe alisema,
na sasa na yeye saa hii amedeclare. Na saa hii amedeclare. Unajua ni nini? Wait, Zulfa. Hata saa hii asha declare. Na siwezi display kwa screen.
People,
right?
It is hitting.
I know this is person. Ingekuwa video kata ametumiwa emoji ya kusmile.
Guy.
People, okay. Kama nisema jina.
Nionyeshe.
Face me camera. I want camera to face me.
Nionyeshe.
Wewe lala kiti.
I want to go home.
Wait.
Nionyeshe.
Let us go home.
Okay. I'm not siyaki kwa camera.
I have beacon to cook. I'm going to Okay, wapi?
Is this?
Shaz.
Okay.
Unanitaka tuko na wewe.
Okay. Continue.
Waache mchezo. We shall shut them up.
Okay.
We shall. Oh my God.
Okay. So what to?
Translate that message for our innocent brother.
Yani hujakubali wacha kawivu wewe.
Tutawanyamazisha. Anyway,
take him sina wivu na Shazi. Let me tell you sina wivu at all. Shazi is like those kind of women that you want to look up to. So Sina, I don't have any issue.
The one you can see. I want you to become my son's godmother.
My fellow woman.
Bro.
Let me tell you, if a woman comes here, hata kuekelea kona poli yako, I will believe this woman over you.
Okay.
I always believe the other woman.
Okay.
So let me tell you one thing. I have no issue with Shazi. Shazi is that bitch. Shazi hi, you're that bitch.
Thank you. Ushakubali.
So say your name. We go home. If I miss this,
acha kwanza hapo sasa mumetaka tumalize.
5 minutes to each. 5 minutes hazimebakisha.
Lewis, hapo sasa Zulfa anaweza peleka mbio. Unajua ni nini? Anadhani eti umefekisha hizo messages. You know what? I can screenshot and maybe send to you.
Okay, so
but I can't do that because I really like my privacy. So, can you wind up? Wind up.
So people, the studio is hit. It's always hit at the last moment. I just love it. So I am Zulfa's one and only. Lewis Philip.
Sawa, pia mimi niko kwa kamera. Hebu ni introduce pia mimi.
My fellow.
Introduce. What are you trying to do?
Ona sasa kawivu. Yani ajaamini bro eti nilimuonyesha kisogo. Yani Zulfa hajaamini vile nilimuonyesha kisogo.
Let me give you history.
No need. No need. Your history is fake.
I am working out.
Your history is fake. 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 Go away with your fake history.
I am into Asians, especially Philippines, not you.
Sasa shwali. Hebu tembea kwa hiyo Philippine mzima uone kama utapata sura kai.
My current boyfriend is what?
Jericho Rosales. Okay, that is crash wake. I am the husband. Crash ni Jericho.
Sasa let me ask you. Sasa wewe mtu mwenye unaelewa chenye unaweza ongea mbele ya watu. Is that what you can tell people?
Please shut up. I am into
Please shut up with your fake information.
Sawa. Na wewe ukimpata, I will be the one who will be paying for your wedding.
Wewe utawezana.
Please say your name.
Lewi, huyu atawezana?
Na nini?
Hata hizo vidole, angalia hizo vidole zenye ziko hapo hivyo. Hizo vidole unaweza manage hata kuzilipia kupaka hizo
brother.
Yes.
Brother. Shaz, huyo nimekubarikia. Kama ni yeye.
Good boy. Congratulations.
Tomorrow I can come to
repeat what you have said. Please. Ni kama Zulfa hajasikia. Please.
Sawa. Imeenda.
Rudia.
Sema jina twende.
Rudia what you have said. Repeat what you have said.
I said at the beginning of the show, Kibaki praised his wife. It is up to you to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unajua kitu yenye imenishtua kidogo, eti mtu anaweza simamia harusi yangu.
Sawa, Felix nyamaza.
After studio. We do have lights after studio. So please.
Felix, it's getting late. Mimi naishi Machakos.
Endelea kuishi Machakos, lakini sasa
Machakos.
Wait. Say your name. I wanna go.
I am the Grand Duke. That's all from me. Let's go.
You are what?
The Grand Duke.
Mwambie Zulfa asikie vizuri. Juu ameboeka. Ona tu vile ameboeka.
Zulfa darling.
Eti achagulie mwanamke wangu mtu. Kwani mwanamke wangu hana macho ya kuona?
We will cater for the wedding.
Bro.
I've been drinking more.
Ati nini?
We will cater for your wedding twende. Maliza twende.
Uwezi hata afford bro. Hata hizo kucha zenye nilikuwekea hapo hiyo Q-Tex bro, you cannot even get it.
Sawa.
Yeah, so don't. Can you say your last word?
When you do me though.
I love you all. Go have a good night. Tuonane hapa kesho. Kesho mkuje na mshene, muamke na mshene, mkuje mtupe mshene. And kama kuna mtu mwingine mrembo huko kama Shaz, let me tell you people that Felix here is a lover of beauty too. Sasa kama kuna mrembo more than Shaz atokee.
Nani alikwambia hivyo?
Tumalize nini?
Nani alikwambia hivyo? I don't fall in love twice. Just like I live once, right? So siendi kuishi mara ya pili. Mbona yule anarudi kwenda kwa nini? I don't fall in love twice.
She's busy. Anyway, maliza twende.
So thank you so much guys for kusurrender, and I really appreciate my victory. I appreciate my victory, and I'll never feel ashamed of you people.
Ya jioni nayo nitakuwa na kuachia unashinda, lakini ya mchana ili tumaliza another wall hour.
Next time tuweke vidole za mke wako hapo hivyo kwa screen pia.
Sawa, tunazieka ndio hizo.
Ati hebu mwambie tuonyeshe.
Ndio hizo.
Sasa wacha kucheza, weka zitulie. Wacha kucheza mkono.
Sawa?
Ebu weke hiyo vidole tuone.
Niko na meeting somewhere.
Ebu weke hizo vidole tuone.
Let's go.
No, shika hiyo laptop yako hivi.
Nini? Mkaka.
Grand Duke, can you tell your lady to kuweka vidole zake hapa?
Babes. Tumalize tu argument.
Sikiza hapa. Let me tell you one thing, sawa? Sawa?
Sikuogopi na siwaogopi nyinyi wote.
Fiti.
Na hiyo story yenye mnasema eti you cater for my wedding. Hebu kwanza mjaribu mnunue ile gari ya 600k kutoka kwa Kim kwanza.
I have failed. Sawa? I have failed my dad. I have failed my mom. Sawa? Because there's one thing that this dude is doing. Is triggering, okay? Is playing a reverse kind of thing. So he doesn't have a life after studio, so he brings a topic that he knows that will be so passionate about and try to defend it. So he brings it, and then then I miss my meetings.
Yeah,
then
both of you.
If I ever fall for that again, munite mjinga.
I'm afraid of the dark, so twendeni kwa nyumba.
You are afraid of the dark?
Mimi na giza we are not.
Okay, wewe ndio utadefend Zulfa vizuri. Anyway, Zulfa.
Yes.
Your Grand Duke will defend you, yet he's saying that he's afraid of the dark. Anyway, guys.
I am not afraid of the dark.
She's not.
So
that's why you are compatible.
I am the darkness itself. So yeah. People, sawa.
Yeah.
This is Zulfa, sawa. Basically me.
Na Zulfa ashakubali, hadi Grand Duke amekubali.
Have a good night, my darlings.
Yes.
Take care of yourselves. And yeah, be safe. Let's meet tomorrow morning. We have things to do tonight. I love you all. I love you all. We have things to do tonight.
Peter says hi.
Peter, hello. And yeah, mulale vizuri. Take care. They say, okay, I tell people, night, don't let the bed bugs bite.
But the bed bugs will bite.
But the beds will scream anyway. I'm out.
Let us go, darling.
Umetoka ngo?
Let us go, darling. Let